flea.etsy.com to show you another flea market haul of vintage items. And I don't have a whole lot to show you this time. I especially don't have a whole lot of jewelry. Looks like I have 6 pieces of jewelry. It was raining at the flea market and kind of sparsely populated in terms of dealers. I'd say only about half the number that are normally there, and not that pleasant shopping, so I didn't stay all that long. I got there kind of late, left kind of early, but I did buy a few things, so let me show you what I got. Okay, sorry, batteries went bad, so I had to change the batteries in my camera, but let's start over with this. This is Mexican silver. It's 1980s or later. I have not looked up the maker yet, but it does have a little logo in there, so I may be able to figure it out. But anyway, it is very heavy, and this was the expensive culprit. This I paid like $60 for, but it's quite nice. I think I can double my money on that. I got this absolutely wild, like a brutalist ring with a blue stone. The blue stone might be alexandrite or it might be blue topaz. It kind of changes color, so I need to clean it up, test it, see if I can figure out what it is. But what a ring. Is that the wildest looking thing you ever saw? And that's quite heavy too. That one was $20. And, oops. Then, this is a sweet Art Nouveau sterling silver pen. It is a genuine antique. It's got the C clasp on the back. It's just marked sterling, no other maker's mark. But very nice, like a daffodil or something. Very sweet, and I paid 15. Now I told you I paid 20 for this, but I paid 15 for that, 15 for the flower, and then 10 for each of these rings. This one is another mystery stone. It changes color also. It goes kind of from yellow to orange. It's really pretty. And then these little white stones I think are probably white topaz. But that's a neat ring. That was 10. And then this is just a little pinwheel ring. I haven't tested these stones yet. They look like they could be real, like ruby and emerald. But the clear stones, there's something. They don't really look quite like diamonds to me, but I haven't tested it. Hopefully by the time I edit this video I will have tested it and I can let you know. But I just thought it was a pretty design. It is sterling silver. It's older. It's marked 925. Anyway, $10 for that also. And this is another Mexican silver piece. This one is signed. It's Reven, R-E-V-E-N. I do know that name. I've heard it before. It's got the eagle mark. Let's see, maybe you can see it. Nice modernist piece. Probably from the 1950s or 60s. And I found one exactly like this that sold on eBay for $125. So that was encouraging. And I paid $15 for that one. And that is it for the jewelry. So moving on, I just have a few more things. This may not have been my most wise purchase, but I kind of couldn't walk away from her. Look at her sweet face. This is an original painting, and it is probably 18th century. Just from her mode of dress and the style of the portrait. The bad news is it is very damaged. I don't even know what it's painted on, but whatever it is, it's brittle and it's very cracked. None of the cracks go through her face, at least. One of them comes down kind of just right next to her jaw or next to her ear. And there's like 5 cracks in it, but nothing really missing. There's a tiny chip at the top there. And the painting itself looks in pretty good condition, just in terms of it's not scratched, or there's a couple little tiny losses. But and then in this sweet frame with this little brass ring and the acorn and leaf, I had to have it, and I paid $30 for it. If it were not cracked, that would be a very good price. As it is, I don't know. I really don't know what I can get for it, but I had to have it, so I did. And I got another Bible. It's a cute little pocket Bible. The gold lettering is still in good shape, although the rest of the cover is pretty worn around the edges. It is an Oxford edition of King James. Oxford, printed at the University Press, London, Henry Froude. I did, kind of look up Henry Froude and found out when he was around, and it was, the early 20th century. But there is an inscription that's dated 1908. Isn't that the sweetest? And I think I paid $3 for that. It's so cute. And this is one of my favorite buys. Some tiny little Native American moccasins with beading. I'm sure that you can see that these are quite old, but the beading is in really good condition, especially the part that's on the toes. There's a couple little losses back here, but just precious. And I did a little bit of research on these and discovered that they are Iroquois, and I paid $20 for them. Beyond that, I'm not sure what I can get for them. I was thinking, and it's not a final price, so don't quote me, but I'm thinking about $80 on these. So sweet. And got this Red Cross first aid kit. It's a really heavy metal box, and I believe that this dates from around the 1940s. Need to do a little more research. But it has much of the, that hurt. Much of the original contents, not all, but it's got ammonia inhalants, gauze roller, bandages. I love the little how-to illustrations on the back of the boxes. I had a similar thing to this not too long ago, and it sold right away. It might be older than 1940s. No, the illustrations look older than 1940s to me. I'm not really sure. Ammonia ampoules, eye dressing packet, drinking cups. No illustration on the drinking cups. I guess people know how to use those. I peeked into here. They're like all folded flat little cups. They're very cute. There's also one of these boxes. I don't dare take it out because last time I took it out I couldn't get it back in. But there's scissors and tweezers in here. Can be used as a tourniquet in an emergency if desired. And that is triangular bandage. So, anyway. So, that is that. And I paid, oh dear, I think I've forgotten what I paid for this. I want to say $15, maybe $10. I can't remember. But, nice. And I got a ukulele. This string will not stay in its spot. Oof. This was tuned. It's already out of tune again. Woo! Back when I was a tiny tot, I learned to play a few chords on a ukulele, but I don't really remember them anymore. This is going to be this is going to be an art project. I'm going to mosaic it with probably with costume jewelry, and that was $5. I got this tile. This is a handmade art tile, very dimensional, very interesting subject matter. It is unfortunately not signed or identified in any way. There's the back of it. It was once mounted on something. But I just found it so charming, and I paid $10 for it. I found like some kind of similar ones that were some artist, but I really haven't been able to identify who might have done this, and probably won't be able to, but it's kind of neat anyway. Then this was probably the find of the day. I'm not sure, but it is an RS Prussia teapot. With, and I really know very little about RS Prussia, but I want to send a shout out to Living the Good Life, because that is her area of expertise. I've learned from watching her videos that it's quite collectible and can be very valuable. I don't know that this little teapot is particularly valuable, but there is the mark on the bottom. And I think that this pattern of the painting is called Carnations. And I don't know what the shape of the teapot is called, but it's lovely. And it seems to be in very good condition. I haven't been able to find any chips or cracks or repairs or anything horrible. And the gold is hanging in there. So I paid $5 for that, and I'm looking for guidance on what I should sell it for. And I do have one other thing to show you, but I'm going to have to take the camera to it. So this is the last thing I bought. It is an Art Deco plexiglass or acrylic or lucite lamp. It's like an ambiance lamp, or I probably wouldn't have called it a TV lamp back then. But maybe something you put in your entrance hall with a light in it, just so people don't run into things. And let's see if you can see the lady and the bubbles on the front. Now there is quite a bit of paint loss on her, on the one on the front, but all in all, it's not too bad. It's got these kind of skyscraper corners and stacks of green and white lucite. And let me just show you what it does when I turn it on. Isn't that pretty? It's got a red light bulb in it. And I really have not been able to find out anything about this lamp. I haven't found anything even remotely similar, but I'm going to have to keep looking. I do know it is old. I would say no later than the 1940s, just from looking at the plug and just the style of it. But I do need to do more research on it. So if anybody has, there's no markings or anything on it at all. If anybody has any clues, let me know. That's an old cat I had a long time ago. His name was George. And that's a puppy dog I had a long time ago. Her name was Kobe. So that's it. That's my little haul from the flea market. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and comment if you care to. And what else do I have to say? I did recently reach 3,000 subscribers. That made me very happy. I know it's pretty tiny in YouTube terms, but I'm happy with my 3,000 subscribers, and I love you all. And oh yeah, all these items are, or soon will be, for sale in my shop at vintagedazz.etsy.com. So come pay me a visit. Thanks. Bye.